Mr. Mallow. Councillor Perks?
So I'm going to be supporting the staff recommendations. we are, as a city, utterly committed when we're at the Public Works and Infrastructure Committee to reducing automobile and pedestrian conflicts because far too many people are getting hit by cars. In fact, a very high percentage of them, the pedestrians who are getting hit by cars, are standing on the sidewalk when they're hit by cars. Further, when you look at the original staff reports as to why we didn't want to have a lot of parking pads, among the reasons was city staff felt it was inappropriate to have cars crossing sidewalks, and we should minimize those conflicts. However, it seems to me when we get to this community council, suddenly all of our efforts to enhance pedestrian safety, to prioritize making neighborhoods walkable, and to achieve all of those balanced transportation goals which the same members of council laud when we're talking about pedestrian safety, go out the window. In my ward at least, and I know this is true of many of the rest of you, where there are these old boulevard spots that were put in 20 and 30 years ago, and there's a change in use or a change in ownership, the permit lapses, we're not allowing them back in. I certainly don't in my ward. Because, quite frankly, as the amount of automobile traffic in the city increases, and it has been, the risk to pedestrians of simply walking down the street while they're on the sidewalk is increasing. A business that can't survive because it might lose one boulevard parking space, that's not a reasonable argument to make. You don't live on one customer at a time being able to get into your store through a boulevard parking space. Everyone who has ever worked on an issue like this knows that's not about the customer. That's actually usually the owner or an employee not wanting to park 2 or 3 blocks away, like everyone who lives in a downtown neighborhood has to do anyway, just when they're going home in the evening. It's a matter of convenience, not a matter of business success. So you have to weigh the convenience of an employee at a store against the fact that, yes, many, many Torontonians are getting hit by cars on sidewalks. The city's changed since where we were 40 years ago when we approved these things. We no longer should view this as a way of supporting business. It's an opportunity to improve the safety of Torontonians on our streets.